try to bring a message that I believe I preached somewhere around Easter Sunday over at Baton Rouge. And I never did preach the same message exactly the same. So we've got burning this for some time now. Hebrews chapter 9. Now, in the setting of this, the context of it, that Paul, the writer, is emphasizing the fact that Christ was the final offering for sin. That once he died, that there's no more need for any sacrifices, any animals, anything like that. That his sacrifice for one time is all sufficient for God, all sufficient for man. And I want to put that in its context because I'm going to read the scripture associated with it and use the word of all this morning. The last two verses of Hebrews 9. And as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment, so Christ was once offered to bear the sins of many. And unto them that look for him shall he appear the second time without sin unto salvation. Now what he's teaching us here is that just as sure as man, naturally speaking, can only die once. You know, that's all Christ had to die. That when he said it's finished, it was finished. Isaiah said God saw the travail of his soul, was satisfied. And I mentioned this morning over Baton Rouge that, you know, the only thing I'm doing in eternity to offer God is what Christ did for me on the cross. And folks, if that ain't good enough, it ain't nothing. And I know that God said it's good enough for me. And I trust everyone here has experienced that. You know, I think about death. It says one of the men wants to die. You know, I've been pastoring over here in this area for going on 30 years off and on. Pastor meaning you, Barrett Walker. You know, most of you are just children. But you know, as time goes on, I got to look at the crowd here this afternoon, and I got to think of these years, mine went back, that we probably buried since 1984 more members of the faith of Baptist Church than was here this afternoon. I mean, just a number going on. You know, I look at it this. Have you ever been in a line, Ronnie, or a checkout line, or a drive-through line, or traffic, or whatever? You see that end, that exit, or that checkout line way up there? A bunch of people in front of it. You know, there's a bunch of people going on in front of it. But that line's getting shorter and shorter, right? You know, it's getting shorter every day. It used to be that people would pass on me, people I expected to pass on. You know, 30 years ago, it didn't. I expected Uncle Jim to pass on me. He was 85 years old. But you know, as time goes on, I notice that those I hear about passing on are about my age or even younger. So I'm getting up to the tellers when they're pretty quick. And we all are. It's going to be before we know it. Thought about these little children here, you know that. They'll be gray-headed men and, you know, gray-headed ladies sitting in the congregation. But I want to come back to this statement. It's appointed unto men once to die. Now, you know, and over the years you read, you hear, you experience people dying under a lot of different circumstances. You know, some die tragically, some die, you know, one thing or another. But we've all heard of the accounts of people dying. I want to use a particular type of death this afternoon. The names I won't use, I'll kind of plug in, but these are based on actual accounts that I've heard or read about down through the years. And I want to mention, I like you that are, especially you that are here young, to listen very closely, because you're not going to be young very long. This life will pass you by. I want to mention 4 men call them John, Jim, Joe, and Jack. And I'll mention these men all died. And they all died tragically. And they left this world under different circumstances. Now, I want to take John, for example, to begin with. Now, John was a type of fellow that was neglected. He was just neglectful. If he could put off doing something, to a later time. And, I've got a lot of that in me. I guess some of us, most all of us have a little bit of that. Especially the older I get, that, when I was younger, I wanted to get everything done in one day. Now I've got to the point, you let the afternoon drag on, and if there's something I can put off till the next day, I'm going to do it. It's on the way. But now John was neglectful about things, and he was especially neglectful about his car. And one day he drove up to a service station, and a fella noticed that, John, you got a knot on that tire. And you need to get that fixed. You need to get that taken care of. That could be dangerous. He looked at it and said, yeah, he said, I'm going to take care of it. I know. Directly after, every now and then somebody look at it. He's getting to where total strangers were looking at him and said, mister, you got a knot on that tire. He said, I know it. He said, I'm going to get it fixed. I'm going to get it changed. One night he was driving home and on the highway doing about 60, 70 miles an hour. And that tire blew out. And he lost control and he flipped over several times. The car burst into flames and he died instantly. Very sad thing. But you know why he died? You know why people enter into hell? You know why they die in their souls? Most of us neglect. There's not a one of you here, young or old, that doesn't intend to go to heaven. Not a one of you. I don't care how old you are, if you've about been one of these young children up here, you know about Jesus, you know about dying, you know about hell, and all of you maybe, you have the intention, that's what I'm going to do. It may be some of you that the Lord has already burdened your heart, He's already beginning to deal with you, and you know that, I'm lost, you know that I need to go before God, I need to trust in Jesus, you know it, and you say, well, I'll do that sometime. Hebrews, you go back to the same book, he says, how shall we escape? If we neglect so great salvation. I'm not trying to be smart with you this afternoon. I want to just ask you something. If you miss Jesus, do you have an escape plan? You have one. I'm going to ask you the question. If you go on and you neglect your soul until you're hurled into eternity, do you have a backup plan? The Bible says, how are we going to escape? The answer is, there is no escape. John had every intention to become tired of He had every intention of getting his car safe to drive. But you know what? He neglected it too long. It cost him his life. Listen, dear child, youngster, old school, everybody. You neglect salvation. Remember the old Heavenly Highway hymns, Brother Mike back to Pine Church. You remember the orange flat, the first one. Don't put off salvation too long. Yes. Brother Ellie Tony read that thing so many times. For invitation is burned in my mind. That orange print, that orange, black on orange, don't put off salvation. I want to go to another character. Named Jim. Jim took care of his car, was diligent about all that, but he had one problem. Jim was very easily distracted about things. is very easily distracted. You know, he could be driving down the road and cell phone ring and answer cell phone. He'd try to figure out things, dial people, text, whatever it might be. You know, but he's easily distracted. You know, I think about people today that, Brother Mike, it's hard to get people's attention in God's house. Now, you know, you may think you owe me to this, but I've been to Tiger Stadium on Saturday night. Everybody will go one time in their life. It's quite an experience. Just stay away from the student section. But you know what? When it's 4th and goal, and they're on LSU's goal line, they're fixed to get up there, and the game's on the line, you know, ain't nobody texting.
Amen.
Kids can be screaming, nobody pays any attention. Babies could be falling out of the stadiums, and people wouldn't even pay any attention, just watching. Their eyes are closed.
Amen.
My point is, you got their attention.
Amen.
But when it comes to people's souls, you can't get them to think about their souls. They're thinking about everything else. It's like the scripture said, that parable of the sower said a sower went out to sow, and he sowed some seed by the wayside, and right quick the birds came and snatched it away. And he translated that, interpreted that. The devil comes and takes the seed right out of it. And I'm going to fuss at us too. Better say, we don't set much of an example. We don't set much of an example. You know, I like people to pay attention to me when I'm talking, but if I'm not careful where we ran, my wife's had to nudge me in my ribs so I'd quit cleaning my fingernails while somebody's trying to preach. I was listening more, she thought, but it didn't look like it. You know, you can be anywhere else. People can do anything they want to. In a movie house, a ball game, whatever it might be. You come to church, you let a baby whimper, everybody's going to look at that. I was in church one time, and they had a horse fly and got eaten. And I'm not saying this to be funny, I'm just telling you an illustration. And people knew every move that horse fly was making. They didn't know half of what I was preaching, but they knew every move that horsefly made. It's frustrating. It shows that human nature is against God. We don't want to hear about our soul. We don't want to hear about eternity. We want to hear about everything else. And John was one that he was just distracted. Driving down the road one night in traffic. Got a text message. Pulled his eyes off, picked it up. Looked it up. Car stopped. He swerved. Hit a tree. Distracted. Listen, don't let Satan distract you.
Amen. Amen.
Listen, you need to listen and pay attention to God. Because see, your very soul is staying. I want to move on to another one. Joe. Joe was a party man. He wanted to have his fun. He wanted to enjoy life. He didn't want to be tied down to old religion. He didn't want to hear Mom and Daddy talking to him about his soul. He didn't want to hear any of that. He wanted to just live life, man. He'd put the pedal to the metal and he'd scream down the highway. He wanted to be as big as he could be. He wanted to go anywhere. He wanted to party. He thought he was 10 foot tall and bulletproof. He thought nothing could happen to him. Nothing can happen. And one night, I hurried to get from one party to another, speeding down the road. Wasn't watching what he was doing, intoxicated, half drunk, swerved. swerved over the center line, hit a semi head on. Couldn't go very fast. Gone. Oh, he had his whole life. He didn't know how to do that. I met a boy in college one time, back in the room with him one semester. You know what his attitude was? I'm going to have as good a time as I can. Right before I die, I'm going to get with God. I said, you know, I wouldn't even preach it at the time. I said, I know better than that. I know better than that. And you know, I saw something that just kind of floored me. You know, you see people walk around all kinds of t-shirts on, and I'm scared to read some of them. But I stand behind a fella in line one time, and I looked at his t-shirt, and you know what he said? You know what that says? That how much sin can I commit and still go to heaven? That's people's attitude. And I'm taking the soul serious. Look, this man right here I'm talking about, Joe. Oh, he was a big party animal. He was popular with everybody. Man, he had a nice flashy car, but I'll tell you what, he was hurled into eternity one night. And you know, before he could go to another party, I read about a man in the scripture by the name of Belshazzar that decided to have him a big party one night. And he had all of his lords and their wives, 1,000 of them, a big bash going on. He got real bold. He said, he said, wait, let's get them vessels. And I temple with Jerusalem, this God they talk about. Let's drink out of it. You're just sitting away, having a big time. All of a sudden, someone in the corner of the room is all the crowd began to get quiet. I see the crowd back away, they stared at the wall. There's a hand right on the wall. The interpretation of that was, thou art weighed in the balances. Daniel stood before him. He said, Belshazzar, tonight, you're going to die. The scripture says, we're not told how. But you know that man, when he saw that, they said his knee was not healed. His joints. You talk about, look, this was no coward we're talking about. This was a man that had been in battle. He had fought, he killed men, he had risked his life. This was not a wimp, this was not a coward, this was a strong, brave man. But yet when he saw God writing on the wall, he began to tremble and shake. So that night, Belshazzar, king of the Chaldeans, was slain. He died. How many people do you know that just died thinking, you know, I'm too big for this? I don't know, Brother Mike, I can remember this back in our home community years ago. This boy we knew about. A bunch of them down at the Sun one night, joints. He wanted to show out, he was about drunk. He wanted to see how close he could let an 18 move before it ran in front. People were daring. He wanted to show out. And you know, he had 18 root come down, he wiggled, got so far, run across. The more he drank, he underestimated. With the accounts they gave him, he stepped right in. The driver didn't even have time to hit his brakes. And I'm not trying to be gross, but it literally splattered him all over. Just a wild point. You might think you're out to have a good time. You know, but I'll tell you what, death can have a good time. I'm going to use one other illustration. Let's go with Jack. Jack was a good man. He didn't drink. He was diligent. He kept his car in tune, his tires changed. He drove the speed limit. You know, focused on his driving. Very, very diligent. Last person in the world you respect. Never had a ring. Kissed his wife goodbye one morning. And there says, later, when we get home, we're going to go out there tonight. So I'm taking you out the wild. You just think of a place you want to go. She said, okay, I'll call you later. Got in his car and left, drove off like he done his tires. Ronnie going to work, doing speed limit. Wasn't speeding, wasn't swerving. You know, had his eyes on the road. Sober as he could be. Come over here. Leave semi. Dead stop. Hit his brakes. Stop. Stood right up. You know what that was? He just didn't, he thought he had a future. Wasn't doing anything unusual, anything to endanger himself, just go along life as usual. Come to a, didn't think this was going to be today. Didn't think. You know, when he kissed his wife goodbye, his plans were to come home, take her. Her plans were to see her husband drive into him and tell him where they're going to go. All these plans made. And yet, one thing he couldn't plan for was that truck being stopped. Let me say you what, death, right around the corner. Can I tell you something, folks? Death is stalking you, right? Like a wild animal. It's stalking. You can see. We face dangers every day that God in His mercy brings us through. And we don't know that. You know, I think about, the Bible tells us about a man that met a bear, met a lion. He turned around from the lion, went down another path, there was a bear. He turned around from the bear, he saw a cottage, he went inside.